Hi guys. Okay, so when we go to shade in your picture, we're gonna shade in and put all the shading in here and how on the side of the cone and the cone's shadow on the cylinder and the shadow on the sphere and going onto the cube. And see how it's kind of darker in the background than it is up here in the front. So we're going to add all that. And the way you do that is you take your pencil and you lean your pencil on the side. Okay. Now, if you're using a pen, you use a different technique, and I'll show you that too. But if you're using your pencil, you take your pencil and you hold it like this. So you're holding it in about the middle, and you're pinching it with your fingers. And you're not gonna push hard because it's about doing many layers instead of doing one really dark one. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on it first, and this pencil's pretty dark anyway. You can see. Okay, so I did it up there, and then it kind of curves around the top here. And when I make this, I'm kind of doing a kind of a curvy line when I'm doing this to make it look like the curve of the cylinder. Okay, but the other thing I need to do is get rid of my crosshair line because you don't want people to see the crosshair. You want them to see just your still life you're making. And again, a still life is just a group of objects put in place to be drawn or photographed or painted, depending on what you're using. Okay, so I keep going. I'm doing that little curvy line, and with my pencil's so dark, it's I'm hardly even touching the paper. It's so dark. Okay, and then on the very top here, there's just a little, and I'm doing this flat because then it gives the appearance of it being flat, right? And you can even, if you want to take your finger and help pull, just like we did when we were doing your pastel pictures, and see how it pulls it around. See how cool that is? Okay, and you keep going with it. You do the same thing. You do the same thing with the cone. There's a little shadow along the cone here, and kind of comes out over here, and then you just use your finger and you pull it over, and then you might want to go back over top of it once you pulled it, because you might actually lose some of the shadow. Okay, so those two are pretty good. Now this one, I'm going to have the shadow going up onto the uh, sphere, but there's this shadow on the ground in between the two, and I'm lightly doing that one, and it's going to wrap up. I'm going to kind of curve around here. Okay, and then it goes. There's a little bit over here on this side of the ball, or the sphere, I should say, because I know you guys know what a sphere is because you learned all about this in kindergarten with your kindergarten teachers. Spheres and cubes and cylinders and cones. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the cube, the inside of it. So I'm going up and down this time to make it look like it's the inside of it. Okay, and this side has just a little hint of shadow. And on this side is the light source is coming from this way, right? So we have a light up here that's shining this direction. That's why this side is bright and the other side is dark. And here's this side. Okay. And on there's the shadow of the ball, the sphere. I keep catching myself on this side. And so I'm doing it flat because the this surface is the ground is flat, but this one I'm going to do going up and down because it's going up and down. It's going up the side of the cube. Okay. And then in the background, last but not least, is the background. And the background, you can just kind of lightly fill in. And what this is doing is it's making the cube, or I mean the uh, cylinder, it's going to make it pop out. And then when you're done, make sure you put your name in the bottom corner. Okay. And you can even take your finger and blend some of that in. Remember, blending is what we do on purpose. Smudging is an accident. Blending is on purpose. Okay. So there is our 3D still life picture of our 3D objects. So I hope you liked it. Next week we'll be doing something else. So keep checking back. And I hope everyone is well and take care of yourselves. And hopefully we see you all soon. Bye bye.